It's a trillion degrees outside, but fall camp is going down in Tuscaloosa. Let's talk about it. Stick around. This is Way Off Sides. 3, 2, let's go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Someone please tell me why the script at the bottom of the screen is blue. I don't know. It just happened. StreamYard, what are you doing? Welcome to Whale Sides, your favorite Alabama talk here on YouTube. We do everything everybody else does, just do it a little different. We try to keep it real. We try to keep it humble. We try to remind ourselves we're just some dudes in our garages with video cameras and microphones. That's it. Just like you. You're probably watching this on the toilet going, no, we're not the same. Anyway, it's Friday. It is August 1st, which means this is we just finished the last month with no college football for the rest of the freaking year, folks. The season is on its way. Fall camp has begun. Alabama is 3 days into their fall camp, and things are looking good. I'm going to tell you what I've seen so far and what I'm excited about. And a lot of you probably going to be like, oh, he's going to talk about wide receivers and quarterbacks. I'm not. I'm going to talk about one of the biggest question marks everybody had all offseason. But before we get to that point, you know the drill. We do it every show. I need you to do it. If you're here for the first time, if you're one of those lurkers, go ahead and like this video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell in that order. Leave a comment. Cotton, what are you so happy about? Why are you so excited? What are you jumping around about? I'm not jumping around, but you know what I mean. I'll tell you why. It's because what I'm seeing out of Tuscaloosa right now and all this fall camp footage, I've gone through a lot of stuff from like Roll Tide Wire, 247, obviously Clint Lamb, Brett, Wyatt, so many folks posting really good content right now regarding what we're seeing out of Alabama. And yes, the running backs look so good. Richard Young looks feisty. He looks ready to go and make a name for himself this year. Obviously, everything I'm seeing out of all three quarterbacks, the coaches have not. You think when you're asked about quarterbacks, especially when there's a position battle going on, some of the coaches is coach speak, but really all three guys look pretty sharp so far. Now it's fall camp. We're playing in, spiders and helmets and stuff like that. So shorts, but still, things look good. There's not much else going on to talk about. So we're going to talk about it, but the offensive line looks pretty good so far. What I've seen of them, there's not been a ton of footage. Obviously the secondary is the secondary that we're expecting it to be. It's nice to see guys like Deontay Lawson out there. Marshall Pritchett is out there, which is kind of crazy. Jalen Hill's going to be another one we're going to be excited to see down the road. But with all that being said, there's one position group that I've seen that is bringing an intensity that the others just simply don't have yet. And that is the defensive line. Specifically, guys like Jeremiah Beeman, guys like Tim Keenan, LT Overton. It looks nasty what I'm seeing out of some of these guys in fall camp, some of this footage, some of these videos. I won't bring them all up just because of some copyright issues, but still, I retweet them all the time. So go over to my Twitter, follow me, and you'll see them, or follow the people who post them. Either way, there's just this aggressive intensity that I didn't see last year in fall camp from this defensive line group. And it is, I don't know, man. It is, it's got me really excited. Really, really excited. And I know it's fall, right? There's not somebody in another jersey across from these players. That's okay. Like I get that. I understand that. But it's still something to get excited about, right? It's still something to look at. And there's all across the team. It's not just the D line. It's with the quarterbacks. It's with everybody. There does seem to be an intensity. It's higher with the footage I've seen out of this defensive line group. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you notice what I'm talking about in the comments below. But there just seems to be this sheer focus this year. And the coaches have talked to that. They've talked to the fact that these kids are kind of bought in. This is the team that they want. These are the guys that they want there. And it just seems like things are moving in a very positive direction for Alabama in 2025. And maybe the expectations aren't as ridiculously relentless as we originally thought. Maybe, just maybe, they will live up to that expectation. Now, going to this pass rush group, some of the standouts I've seen so far that we're going to talk about, obviously, standard position, LT Overton. Kelby Collins is somebody I'm really excited about in the rotation, Jordan Renaud. And then everybody is always asking about Keon Keeley. But some other guys that are popping up, not at the bandit position, Tim Keenan, of course, that's a name everybody's going to talk about. But Jeremiah Beeman is one that I've watched. And this kid, man, he's a redshirt freshman, but he brings with him size, and his hands are super, super violent and aggressive. And I'm really, really excited about that. I'm excited about that. Now, the other player we did a whole video on that I'm also very excited about is James Smith, the former 5-star out of Montgomery, out of Carver down there. He looks the part, man. Edric Hill's looking good. Steve M's looking good. I always butcher his last name, so I'm not even going to try. But Bamoa, I guess, something like that. They're all looking solid. The defensive line, I think, is going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise unit for a lot of people, because 6 months ago, a lot of you in our comment sections, when we're talking about recruiting and things like that, you were concerned about the defensive line. But there's really a lot of depth there. Some of the depth is very young. But I just looking at these projected depth charts, what I'm seeing from these videos out of fall camp, it looks like a lot of the talent there is ready. You know what I mean? They're ready to play. Edric Hill being one, redshirt sophomore. Fega, another one. Keeley, of course, another redshirt sophomore. But the guys, the names that I'm really excited about moving into this season are definitely Jeremiah Beeman, Overton, and Keenan. Those are obvious. And James Smith. James Smith is the one that gets me really, really excited, but Steve as well. So you combine that with what we're seeing from the linebacker groups, over there at the Wolf, you've got Jamarian Latham and Quay Rusaw, Yanze Pierre, and then you bring in Justin Hill, who the guy already as a freshman looks like he's been playing in this system for 4 years. He's physically imposing. And then, that the middle linebacker position, you've got Jefferson, who I'm really excited about. He's been popping off the screen in some of these videos, the Colorado transfer and Hill Green. And then you bring in freshmen like Abdul Sanders and Duke Johnson, which are really, really exciting. Probably won't see a ton of them this year, but I think you'll see a little bit of them. And then, of course, you've got Deontay Lawson, who is going to be, the leader of this defense. And so those two levels of the defense right now were the ones that I was kind of like, I'm anxious to see what that's going to look like moving into the fall. I think that linebacker position is still a little bit shallow. The backups, it's very young there at middle linebacker in that sting type position. But you bring in Luke Metz, who I think is going to be a star one day. QB Reese back there. Caden Jones is somebody that a lot of you are going to want to talk about. And we already brought up Duke Johnson and Abdul Sanders, but these are all, we're talking underclassmen guys, true freshmen, redshirt freshmen, sophomores. So, however, that defensive line, and you can see it. You can kind of see it in what they're emphasizing so far in these media viewing periods at camp is it's a finish mentality for a lot of these defensive linemen, and that should get a lot of you really, really, really stoked. It absolutely should, just for the simple fact that, I mean, that was a big area of concern for Alabama fans last year, is that you weren't seeing you were seeing plenty of quarterback pressure, you were seeing plenty of that, but they weren't finishing. Also, we saw a lot of that when it came to the inside shovel pass and things like that. But the intensity and the aggressiveness that I'm seeing so far in camp, assuming that can be maintained and carried over into the season, is really, really exciting. Kalen DeBoer has echoed some of the same thoughts that the intensity is good. It's fantastic, but this is camp, and he wants to see that carry over into the actual season. So assuming Bama can do that, defensively, they're going to have a hell of a unit in 2025. And I know a lot of people are down on Bama because Nick Saban's not there, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't think there's much concern there. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you're seeing, what you're thinking, the positions you want to talk about as we continue to talk about fall camp and videos the rest of this week and next week. So thanks for sticking around with us. We absolutely adore each and every one of you, as always. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee to Roll Tide.